digital marketing for HVAC and home service businesses.
Strategies and stories from industry experts to help you succeed.
Welcome to the OUTWORKEM podcast. I'm here with Tyler Smerz, founder of Pluto social media lead gen agency coaching program. Tyler, actually, I'll let you label your service. What category would you put it in?
Something like that, Ryan. Thank you for having me. I teach local businesses how to get customers and scale through Instagram, if I were to put it in one sentence.
Awesome. Thanks for coming to the show. Tyler and I met at Press Coffee Shop, 32nd Street in Shea, Phoenix, Arizona. Awesome co-working spot. If you see him there, say what's up, talk story, and he'll have some awesome tips for you. I wouldn't be surprised if he gives you a little social media audit on the spot. When Tyler and I met each other, within I think 5 minutes of getting to know one another, we started role playing different sales conversations and ways of overcoming objections. So we found passion we both had for business right away, became allies, and after about 3 months of just staying in touch, I recognized that I really liked the value he provided, the content he put out, and I thought his service would be great for my family's business. My mom has a meal prep and meal delivery company in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I am IT support. I'm helping her with her website, her accounting, and it's just a bit much for me to coach her up on social media and content. And, saying Tyler was the person I thought I could trust to help out my mom, who I love more than anyone else in this world. So just want to say Tyler's awesome, and thanks for taking great care of me and my family in the world of Instagram and growing our business online.
Of course. No, thank you for the kind words. It means that's why stuff like that is why I love doing what I do. So I'm sure you get the same thing or feel the same way when your clients tell you, great job how you help them. So yeah, it was awesome. The day we met, Press, we both love Press Coffee, Phoenix AZ, if you know, you know. And we pulled up, and I think I was needing help with sales, and you were like a mentor. You're like, oh, we have to do this. We're role playing back and forth how you close deals, because I just couldn't handle any objections. And since then, I'm still not a stud, but gotten definitely better. And partly thanks to you. I mean, our own sales call was funny before you joined on. I was using some of what you taught me. It was a great, very organic, fun connection. And that's what's the best part about community. That's why I love building a community out of, what I do with my clients too, is just when you connect everybody and everyone takes the time to, meet. Like, I love BNI, and so it's great. But, a lot of times you talk to the same people over a muffin and you're just hoping for referrals. Versus when you're building a community with other like-minded business owners who've also took that leap of faith to invest in themselves and their business, it makes it really fun to kind of be the cultivator, I guess. So thank you for the kind words.
That's awesome. So we started off with the story about how we met, but I'd love to allow Tyler to share a little bit of his story and how he got started with the business he's running now. I believe you said it was about a year ago or a little bit more that you got started, and kind of how that unfolded, why you decided to go in this direction, how you got started with creating Pluto.
Totally. I appreciate you having me on. First off, thank you, Ryan. Everyone, Ryan is the GOAT. The GOAT. Highly recommend him for all your needs. No, yeah, we met in a coffee shop, Press Coffee in Phoenix. If you know, you know. We linked up. I was basically needing help with some sales because I'm just not like the best salesman. And Ryan came over. He's like helping me with objection handling, right? Or like, handle how to handle this. And I went up and started striking up a conversation. We followed each other on Instagram. And since then have been, working together and everything. And we can dive into that later. But yeah, I basically, from a one sentence perspective, I help local businesses, or I teach local service businesses how to scale and get customers with Instagram. So that's,
Epic.
yeah, one word.
Totally.
One
Yeah.
sentence.
My memory of it, I saw Tyler at press, and it seemed like he was having a meeting, and the guy was really happy when he left the meeting. So I was like, oh, wow, let me say what's up to Tyler. Said what's up. We started chit chatting. He asked what I do, what I was working on. I had my laptop out. We recognized that we both serve a similar audience, business owners. My service is a done for you service for Google ads, SEO, meta ads, and email text message automation. We do web design. And Tyler is very different. He is one specific thing that is very clear and easy to explain in one sentence, which I love and admire about him and his service. And yeah, that day we did do some role play within probably 5 minutes of knowing each other, which was fun. We found out we had a shared passion, and we'd like to, kind of gamify things in a way. And as the next few months unfolded, I kept an eye on his content, and we stayed in touch via text here and there. And then I recognized, you know what? I think he would be someone who would be really good to help my family's business. My mom founded a meal prep and mail delivery company in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, homemade by Colleen. So I take care of her website, Google business profile, email, text message, ads, and layering in social media and coaching her on how to film her content and what content needed to be. And my phone's already ringing for tech support, for bookkeeping, and some other things. I was like, let me introduce her to Tyler, and if they get along, I'm gonna highly recommend that she joins Pluto community. And sure enough, she thought it was awesome, and we signed up, and we've been using Tyler's program since we're in our second month now. Yeah, but we just finished our second month actually, and it took us about 10 days or so to get our content filmed, get through the content. But within 2 weeks, we generated our first lead using Tyler's system, and I think within the first 3 weeks, we had already closed like 2 or 3 clients from the system. And those clients are people who are placing orders for meals every week, which is really awesome. So there's my story about how I got to know Tyler. I started running ads back in 2016 on Google and Meta, and I always like to learn from others. So that was another reason why it was a no-brainer for me and my mom to sign up, because not only was it going to serve her business, but it was going to empower me to learn from another thought leader in the industry, to run my clients' ads better, and to have a fresh perspective of how I can encourage them to make content, and not just use the same old strategies I've been doing, reinvesting in how I can serve and my knowledge. So there's a little bit of the story from my perspective. Tyler,
100%. No.
go ahead, bro.
I'll go for it. No, go for it. Sorry for cutting you
Okay,
off.
you're good. I was just gonna say, Tyler, what's it been like from your perspective? Seeing us get our ads up and running. I'm sure there's like a mixed bag, but if you could talk a little bit about like who you serve best, how my mom's business with meal prep and meal delivery was a little bit different than who usually signs up, and just talk a little bit about that.
Totally,
Maybe you
100%.
weave
So
in
yeah, first off,
some gems and some little tips and tricks along the way.
yeah, right. No, 100%. So first off, yeah, you guys took that leap of faith, invested in yourself and your business, and now they've done and what we do is we teach a system that you can use forever now, unless Instagram just dies tomorrow, right? Which we don't think will happen anytime soon. So we're teaching businesses how to scale.
He just promised everyone in the group a refund if Instagram gets banned like TikTok.
Watch that bite me in the butt. That would be that'd be crazy. Yeah, no. So it's like it's not going to get shut down. Knock on wood. Anyways, back to the scheduler program. We're yeah, no, Instagram. Like I love it. So long story short, they came on. They're a meal prep company. His mom and everything, and they're it's eh, there's a million different ways to market, right? You have Google Ads, Facebook, Bus Bench, magazines, word of mouth, referrals, right? There's a million things, BNI groups. But at the end of the day, we want to be where the attention is. So I knew by having Colleen post on social media, run local ads in her area to her account, and then creating engaging content of her talking on camera that builds trust with their audience, with the people following her. It's only a matter of time before people reach out to her, or when she reaches out to them, they're like, okay, yeah, let's try it, right? And so that's why it brings attention to her. And so this is why it crushes. And obviously, if you're a kitchen remodeler selling $100,000 kitchen, like, you're going to make an ROI like that versus a meal prep company where maybe it's lower ticket, but if it's going to take a longer time to get the ROI, but then in the long term of things, you have that skill now. So eventually you will recoup the investment, and the lifetime value of each customer is how you have to look at it.
Hmm.
So if your average customer, food's sticky, right? We all need food. So they're going to keep ordering again. And as long as the food's good, which
Hmm.
I mean, I actually need to try a meal, but I'm
Hmm.
assuming it's nothing short of amazing, right? Like people are just going to keep ordering because it's sticky. So the lifetime value of each customer, we're trying to raise that and get more people, more people in. And then whenever Colleen's out on the road, she's at a networking event or she's with friends or her friends love what she's doing. It's instead of giving her a business card, like here's my business card, and then they throw it away when they don't look at it, when they're not looking in the trash. It's no, follow me on Instagram. And now that person's seeing her content until they ever unfollow you, if they ever do. So it's the same way. Yeah, you stay in touch with me. Like if we never got my account, or if we never figured out what we were doing, or I gave you a business card, you would have thrown that thing away faster than a bum on a ham sandwich.
I would
And
have taken a
yeah,
picture of it and gave it back to you. When people give me a business card, that's oftentimes what I do. I take a picture of it and I give them back the card.
right.
Tell them to save the paper.
Exactly, and that's even smart. But then even then, it's like, yeah, you're probably like top of mind. You just saw my content, and it nurtured you. It's like, oh, it's that one dude I met from press.
Hmm.
It's that one dude. Oh, it's that one girl cooking homemade meals. So it's been cool to see so far the results, and we can get even more once we run a giveaway, and we have some other tricks up our sleeve as far as the process goes.
Hmm.
But with that said, it's fun because it's a snowball, and it only gets better with time.
Totally. So he referenced he's got some tricks up his sleeve, right? If you want to find Tyler, I'm gonna drop the note on you. 32nd Street and Shea Press is the press you'll most likely find him at. There's lots of press in the valley. I mean, the way he's at press often, like if I'm gonna go to press, I almost feel like I need to hit him up and let him know, like, hey, is it okay if I come by your hood and and have a cup of coffee? Um,
Oh
no,
yeah.
but all jokes aside, he's like the mayor at press, which is awesome, and he's always there to help. So I remember you were
That's
running a call to action for a little while that said like have a cup of coffee, like meet for a cup of coffee. And I just thought that was so cool because you were putting yourself out there in the community to connect and sit down with people and have a real conversation. And that's for me what made me resonate with you a lot because during COVID, I was doing a lot of e-com sales and selling things on Amazon. And by the middle of 2021, I realized I was just sick and tired of being on the computer with a product and a platform and no people. And I realized everything I was doing to sell these products was lead gen and conversion rate optimization. So I was like, these same strategies are going to work for businesses. So let me help some people local in my community. So started talking to some people in the community a little more and just made it a point to get more local clients. And then I just found that that's really what lit me up. Like if I have a meeting on my calendar with a person in my community, I'm stoked. I'm way more stoked than a meeting with some Shopify rep or Amazon rep to troubleshoot an issue, to just sell more of this product that's going to be packaged into some piece of plastic, put in the mail, and putting more gadgets and widgets out into the world that we probably really don't need. So um, that's my spiel on why I really vibed with Tyler. I could tell he really liked helping people, and that's something that got me into the local service business marketing.
Thank you. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
100%. I mean, when you first start your business, it's like you got to do the unscalable,
Hmm.
right? Like when I first started, I was meeting everybody for a cup of coffee. World's worst salesman. They'll be like, I'll think about it. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, for sure. You get back to me next week. I would
Hmm.
never hear from them again, right? Because I would sell the features and not the service or not
Hmm.
the benefits or just
Yeah.
the little stuff you learn. Like no one cares about, your retargeting ads. They care about getting more customers.
Yep.
So learning all that, but yeah, meeting people, buying them coffee, spending $20, $30 per meet,
Hmm.
closing nothing, and then finally some people took a chance on me.
Yeah.
That's what's great about entrepreneurship as a whole. And then, going above and beyond for your clients, making sure they're there every step of the way and
Hmm.
realizing that, hey, it is going to be on you. It's collaborative. It's done with you, not for you. And it's not do it yourself, buy a course, good luck.
Hmm.
It's done with you. But at the same time, like, you know, having conversations like we have late at night or on the weekends or whatever, you know what I mean? So
Hmm.
that's where it's been a pleasure and a joy. And it also makes you enjoy what you do. We're on a floating rock in the middle of space.
Hmm.
We're all going to die one day. It's like you want to look back and be fulfilled
Hmm.
in your service and
Totally.
actually help people. Yeah.
Talk about actually helping people. I want to give a shout out to your social scaling system. Is that the language we're using these days? Social scaling.
Yeah. That's what I
So
call it. Yeah.
your social scaling system. Um, I have. I mentioned that I implemented it for my mom's meal prep meal delivery, and we within 3 weeks. My mom is a senior citizen. She's not tech forward, and even with that, Tyler's communication and guidance had her filming the ads and have had the ads up and running within like 10 to 14 days, and our first sales within 3 weeks. So that was awesome. Now let's just take that, you know, just this past month, I have a client who is in the tree service business, and he let me know he finally wanted to run ads. So I decided to film him some ads and get him up and running. We did it, what, 3 days ago? And yesterday he took a screenshot and sent it to me. He showed me that he got his first lead. I saw him at the gym this morning and I asked him how the lead went, and he said, awesome. They want to do like a big one time project, and then they want monthly or quarterly reoccurring maintenance that they want to sign up for. So not only was it a one time big job, kind of like a bathroom remodel, like you're talking about, they need all these trees removed and pruned, and then they don't want to be in that same spot again. So they're either going to get monthly or quarterly maintenance. So that specific person, had a lead within 4 days of me talking to him. Had him come to my house, filmed it in our backyard with a tree, and then got the ad up and running the next day. And then he had a lead. So it was just absolutely bonkers to see that happen, because that was the fastest turnaround I've ever seen. It was like 4 days from a conversation. So I want to give your social scaling system the accolades there.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I mean that's all you. Let's go. That's huge with the right framework, right system. Like that's the thing is, sure, information's everywhere. All this stuff is everywhere on YouTube. But
Hmm.
it's a matter of putting it together in the right sequence
Hmm.
and knowing what to do when,
Hmm.
and when something's not working, what needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
So it's even if you know every single thing, it's that 30%, let's say 70% of how to run ads or create engaging content. It's
Hmm.
that 30% you don't know, or when things go wrong, what do you do? That
Hmm.
is huge. And that's what, yeah, I've paid for my own stuff. And then,
Hmm.
all my clients, whether they're brand new or they already know what they're doing, um,
Yeah.
I'm sure you already knew, a thing or two about ads and content beforehand. It just added some more stuff. It added some more helped your skills and knowledge more so. So
Yeah. Most
yeah, I'm
specifically,
happy to see that.
I'd
Let's
say
go.
what you helped me up level was the ability to focus on like the face of the business and getting people in the community to know, like, and trust the person. So rather than people, that I always hear you say people like to do business with people. Over the past, I'd say 3 years, more and more I've got into SEO and Google Business Profile, and all of that stuff isn't as focused on the person. It's more focused on matching a search with a search for a service or a search for solving a problem with a business that provides a solution. I think in the coming years, maybe they'll start to recommend people's Instagram accounts and things like that. But over the past few years, I've really went down the rabbit hole on, showcasing the business and getting to know you and your system was like, oh yeah, like I believe that people like to do business with people, but also there's this machine that I've been trying to figure out how to harmonize how the machine can help both, showcasing the business and the person, and using the playbook I have built for our clients was missing that element. That's why my family's business had a gap because we were focused on the business, the problem we solved, and the benefits to our service, but we weren't speaking to our audience to allow them to get to know Colleen, the cook, the chef, the tree guy, the HVAC guy. So like I was missing that part of it, and learning from you helped illuminate that to me, how I can marry the two together.
No, yeah, no, thank you. I mean, it's yeah, people want to work with people. We're in a trust recession. Like everyone's, super skeptical now. Everyone's like, how do I trust this person? Like it's very tough, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially for, what I do, info. People are
Mm-hmm.
like, who is this guy? There's a million gurus out there.
Yeah.
So it's all about building trust. So if you're trying to cold call or if you're trying to go like different ways, I mean, if you have a budget, be my guest. And there's a million things like I love Google Ads. I think they're great and they bring
Mm-hmm.
in more immediate leads right off the bat,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then that's where it's different. If you have the budget, like I think you should do both for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different ballgame. It's really hard to compare apples to oranges because it's two completely different things. So ours is like focused on like, yeah, leads in the short term, but also brand in the long term, versus one is more of a quick short time play. So but like you definitely want to have both if you can
Yeah.
afford it. So
Mm-hmm.
it like both are great. And like you said, people want to do business with people. It's true. People need to talk on camera. As far as like sauce, people need to talk on camera. Like, and it's not always what you say, it's how you say it.
Mm-hmm.
Like bring the energy. People need to run ads in their local area of that person talking on camera. And then people need to DM people who follow them. Like that is a lot of the sauce. Like that, like literally just DM, hey, thanks for the follow.
Mm-hmm.
And strike up a conversation. Quit trying to sell them right off the bat. Quit trying to shove a lead form down their throat. Like they don't even know you yet, and you're expecting them to fill out their contact, phone, email, all this. It's a very big ask. So that way, when you call them, they're like, oh yeah, I was just price shopping. I'm
Yeah.
not saying you can't close deals from it, but it's definitely not as relational. So that's why I love to have a great relationship with all my clients. And, yeah, they pay me, but I'm stuck with working with them too. So I better like them.
Yeah.
So, so
Mm-hmm.
that's my thoughts on it, but it really is apples and oranges and both are great. Um, but building like, yeah, people want to see you, people want to work with Ryan,
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily because your company name is, XYZ. So people don't
Mm-hmm.
even know my company name until they join.
Yeah.
Like it's all through me.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, "What's your website?" I'm like, "I don't. My Instagram is my website."
Yeah. Yeah, my mom isn't used to speaking with people on Instagram. So to reference what you said, like she was getting people replying to her DM or DMing her sometimes, And then she was like immediately trying to ask them for their number to migrate over to giving them a call or shooting them a text. And Tyler helped her understand that she's already talking to them. Like they're talking right there. If you're getting your phone number just to go text them, that's still almost similar to this like lead form that some people are just sick and tired of filling out or don't want to deal with anymore. Having a connection on Instagram is a little bit safer for a lot of people, I've found. So I really like that way of
Mm.
creating leads too, because yeah, it's a lead that I don't necessarily own. Like I can't, if Instagram decides they don't like my behavior on the platform for some reason and I can't get into my account or something, like, okay, I can't reach out to them. But I can build rapport on the platform until it's appropriate to then, take things off the platform. And, I hear people use like dating analogies when it comes to stuff like this. It's like, if you're having a conversation with someone, you don't immediately try to schedule the next conversation before y'all have built some rapport where you're at, whether that's at the coffee shop, in the DMs, at a dinner party, whatever that is. It's not like, oh, okay, we just said hi to each other, let's exchange information. We got to build some rapport. We got to get to know each other, establish that trust. And yeah, you did a great job helping my mom understand. Just have the conversation in the DMs, and then when the time is right, or they want to, they're gonna ask to place an order. Or you can help them take that next step, and maybe hop on a phone call with them to help them understand it if they're asking a question that's a little more nuanced and stuff like that.
Totally. Yeah, no, I appreciate you. It's big. And as far as like owning your audience,
Mm-hmm.
you're right. Like Instagram can shut down your account, and your ad account on Facebook or Google can get banned. Like stuff can happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we teach too, like to start building your email address, your email
Mm-hmm.
list from your Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So like when we talk to people through ours, we'll ask for their email and then hop on a 15-minute call, and then that email goes into our database.
Mm-hmm.
So we're slowly but surely building an email list as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more advanced. It's not like required unless it's more like a backup, but it definitely
Mm-hmm.
does help. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt to build a brand on the most addicting platform, on the most addicting device in the world.
Yeah.
So that's where it's like being all about, a producer versus a consumer. We want to
Uh-huh.
be a producer.
Yeah. I like what you said the one day. I think it was on one of your Instagram reels. You were talking about how people aren't addicted to billboards and magazines. They're addicted
Yeah.
to their phone. So you'd rather run ads on the phone that people are addicted to looking at rather than billboards or magazines. Did I say it right?
Yes, no, you're spot on. I think it was like, yeah, it was a quick video I made outside of a coffee shop. I was like, it just hit me and then I made it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing too. It doesn't need to be some crazy, like thought out,
Mm-hmm.
super edited thing. It can just be a quick video with some auto captions,
Mm-hmm.
and then specifically like in the right format to provide value to
Mm-hmm.
your customer. And then, people are just naturally going to be attracted to you because they feel like they like, know, and see you before doing
Yeah.
business. It's like, building a brand or your personal brand or a business brand.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to hop on a call with Conor McGregor,
Mm-hmm.
it's a terrible example, but like you've never, like I've never met him, but like you get on a call and you'd be like, oh my gosh, like it almost turns you into a local celebrity.
Yeah. You feel like
So you're
Conor
building a
McGregor sometimes, is what you're
parasocial,
telling me.
basically, yeah. So you build you build a parasocial relationship with your audience, and
Mm-hmm.
then you're able to it really impact them if they decide to move forward. And
Mm-hmm.
that's where sales comes in. Because
Mm-hmm.
I can give someone an amazing pitch. It's up to
Mm-hmm.
them to pull the trigger. But from a sales perspective, if I truly believe my product is better with them using it, then not having them sign up is doing them a disservice.
Totally.
Like I needed that push for my own coaching program. I've invested 50K into coaching. I've probably too much.
Mm-hmm.
But some of those were like, I don't know if I should. But others were like, I was hard closed, hard sold, and I'm so happy that they pushed me.
Mm-hmm.
So, not to get on a sales rant, but it's a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you have conviction behind what you sell,
Yeah.
and it's not some drop shipping course,
Mm-hmm.
like you know, it definitely helps.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Believing in, having a true belief in the service you offer, the product you're selling, is a game changer when it comes to how effectively you can sell. Because confidence, it's it can't be fake. People can smell false bravado. They can smell lack of confidence, which is not ideal. There's one other topic I had in my notes here I wanted to ask you about, and you know, feel like you always share people need reminders more than they need taught. How did you put it?
Yeah,
Pe-
people need to be reminded more than they need to be taught.
okay, so with that being said, that's something that is awesome in the community. He's always providing a lot of reminders, following up with everyone to make sure everyone's on track, taking the next step. Um, you know, calling people up to what they're supposed to be, where they're supposed to be on the timeline. And I wanted to ask you: is there any like best practices or like I heard you say like what not to do in the DMs? Like I've been seeing these reels about what not to say in the DMs. Um, is that something that you've been playing with? And do you have any, three maybe tips on what not to do in the DMs?
Yeah, DM specifically.
Yeah, or you don't you can broaden it if you want, but I'd say
Yeah.
DM specifically just to keep it to what I heard you speaking on before.
Yeah, so DM specifically, we always want to reach out to them and appreciate them for following us first. They took the
Hmm.
time out of their day to click on your ad, go to your profile, watch your content, and
Hmm.
press follow.
Hmm.
So whether they want to use you now or in the future, unless they're a total bot, which that happens here and there,
Hmm.
then they followed you for a reason, right? So we want to reach out to them first. We can't wait for them to reach out to us. That's never going to happen, or it will
Yep.
happen, but not a lot.
Hmm.
So that's number one. Number two, I would say, is the 10-second rule. Look at people's profiles. Spend 10 seconds. If a girl Stacy follows you and she's a local realtor, dog lover of two, go to her profile. Hey, I see you're a local realtor, here based in Phoenix or wherever. How long you been doing that for? Build some rapport. Show you actually care, like you're not a bot, right? Like AI bots or whatever. Like that's not even a thing yet in the Instagram DMs, but it's coming. And
Hmm.
so be real, right? And number three, I would say is, dang, what's a good number three? Um, say less. Always say less than the other person. If you're on a date and you're, texting a girl before you got on a date and you're sending giant chunky paragraphs, but they're sending two-word responses, you're gonna scare them off,
Hmm.
right? Versus if you're matching their energy, you're mirroring them, quick one-word lines, whatever,
Hmm.
quick text, how are you? Like that's way more approachable
Hmm.
and safe than the business who you follow, the plumber. And then he hits you with a fat paragraph. Thank you so much for following. Book a call here. Do you need the? It's like it's way too aggressive.
Yeah, I got you. Well said. So, um, thank them for following. 10-second rule, and don't say too much. Don't do too much. It's kind of what I
Yes.
heard there. Got it.
Yep.
I love it. Then the other thing I wanted to ask about is you were coaching me up on how I shouldn't have more people. Uh, I shouldn't be following more people than follow me. And I went and I unfollowed thousands of people. And then Instagram like didn't like it and they locked me out of my account for a couple of days. And then they added all those people back. Now I'm following them again. So that was something I feel like is that something other people were coming in contact with, or did I just kind of get caught in the crosshairs of something weird there? Um, like have you ever had experience with needing to navigate or troubleshoot some things like that with the Instagram gods, not approving of behavior and working through that?
Yeah. So it's one of those things where it depends on what happens.
Mm-hmm.
We've had problem with our own accounts. So we've had like white labels. Like basically we white labeled our account. We paid someone at Instagram. I have a connection who we've paid, whatever to basically white label our account so that it doesn't get banned DMs because we got too many DMs. We were sending too many DMs a day to where we got like action blocked where we couldn't DM people.
Mm.
And so it would cut off our DMs because if you're sending, 20 new DMs every hour, there's limits. There's specific limits you want to adhere to, or
Mm-hmm.
else it looks like you are a bot. If you're following, 200 new people a day back to back to back to back, that's bot behavior. So Instagram is going to flag it. It's going to give you kind of a warning, and
Mm-hmm.
then it'll let you reset. But as far as like a permanent ban or a permanent disable or suspension, that's happened to other people I know, even some of
Mm-hmm.
my coaches,
Yeah.
and they've always, they have connections too to help it get resolved.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not cheap and it's not fun.
Yeah.
So it's much better to just adhere to the rules, not do suspicious behavior, like
Mm-hmm.
a mass unfollowing, following, mass
Mm-hmm.
DMs at the same, like to be real, like a human. Um, that's what's going to be best.
Got it. All right. So if anyone runs into any of these weird scenarios, hit up Tyler. He knows people, and he'll get you pointed in the right direction. And I ask about that just because I feel like people who really go for it, sometimes they run into stuff like this, and then they don't really know where to go. So sounds like you've invested in services that have helped you with this, and if someone needs help solving a problem like this, they can reach out to you, and you might be able to help them.
Yeah, yeah. I basically I know a guy who knows a guy.
Yeah, you know a
so
guy who knows a guy.
so yeah.
And
So
and
that
you
that
said
essentially that.
okay, cool, nice.
Yeah.
Well, anything else top of mind for you that you want to share with the audience? I'd love to give you a chance to provide some value so that people can start to know, like, and trust you a little bit more, and find you wherever you would like to tell them to find you.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you. I mean, if you're a local service business owner watching this, I would invite you to just have a mindset shift in the way marketing currently is and what you might need to do to get to the next level. So I hate when people talk about mindset and all this like foo-foo, like it's all jibber jabber these days, hocus
Mm-hmm.
pocus. But what got you from here to there won't get you from wait, how does it go? It won't go. What got you from like A to B won't get you from B to C. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna change. There's new ways to market. What worked 5 years ago, cold calling, super effective 10 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, probably even longer. Now it's like people will not pick up their phones. They hate cold calling, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so things are always changing. So
Mm-hmm.
being open to at least understanding a new platform and how it works and how these basic principles of, oh, if I talk on camera on a very addicting platform that people are addicted to, people see my face, they like, know, and trust me, maybe that could help my business instead of sticking with the same bus bench ad or magazine ad you paid Mary for the last 10 years because you had a relationship with her. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just there's a reason a lot of small business owners stay small,
Mm-hmm.
and it's because they're not willing to invest in themselves like you did. Whether
Mm-hmm.
you use me or go to someone else, right? There's a million other coaches out there. I'm one of the only few who teach this,
Mm-hmm.
but like I continue to buy and invest in my own coaching,
Mm-hmm.
and to get the systems because like it's not it helps to know an actual strategy. So just from a mindset perspective, the whole I can't afford it. It's like, is it the problem? Is the problem you can't afford it, or is that a symptom of the problem because there hasn't been enough business in the first place for you?
Yeah.
So I might be sounding harsh or whatever right now, but like it's just getting people to understand that one flick. I don't understand how it can be so tough sometimes. So I took a leap of faith as a young 23-year-old dumb kid out of college,
Mm-hmm.
and I just I put the pedal to the metal, and it's worked for me. And knock on wood, hopefully continuing for all you know my clients and everything. Like I just want to provide the most value possible and build the most goodwill possible for my clients, and I'm sure you do with yours.
Yeah.
So thank you for having me on and everything. I appreciate it, and that's my little, I don't know, speech or whatever you want to call it.
That's your speech. So, can you tell the people, if whatever you'd like to share, best how to get in contact if you have any type of promo going right now or offering, or what is your call to action for the viewers?
Yeah, call to action is follow my Instagram, Tyler.Smerz, Smerz. That's how you'll find me. That's how you'll see my content, and that's how we get all our clients right now. And then as a promo, if you do come aboard, then we will, after watching this video and you mention this video, then we'll take $1,000. We'll send you $1,000 towards your first month in ad spend.
Boom.
So whether that's for 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months, if you mention this video, then we got you because Ryan's the man. So let's go.
Thank you for your generosity and wanting to empower the people who invest in themselves. Tyler, it's been an absolute pleasure. Again, I'll repeat it. Check him out on Instagram at Tyler Smerz. You'll be able to see that in the show notes. And you can always reach out to me as well, and I'll introduce you to Tyler. If you know me, I can give him a little bit of context for how I know you and maybe even get you a little extra special friendliness from him and make sure he doesn't have a sales guy beat you up too much. So anyway, Tyler, I really appreciate you, bro. Have a great rest of your day. And Pluto, I know you said people know you by you, and they don't even know your group until they join. I just want to say your Pluto logo that you upgraded is awesome, and I like your branding that you're bringing together too. It's kind of groovy.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. You as well. And yeah, where can the people find you? I know they're probably watching this on your socials, but
OUTWORKEM.digital.com. Ryan Kearney Official at Ryan Kearney Official on Instagram. There's about 7,000 Ryan Kearneys out there. It's a pretty popular Irish name for some reason, so I had to capture the official Ryan Kearney Official. And you can even find me sometimes at Press 32nd and Shea. This is an awesome podcast. Definitely, Tyler, I appreciate you, and check it out. Check out the show notes, review the notes, and we're here for y'all. Aloha.
Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate you.